See, the move order. I know the moves. I don't know the order. And I don't know the moves that well either.
All right, time to try something new. Normally I play knight, but just to change it up.
You think you can? Say it.
It doesn't. Where did I go with this guy?
Again,
C6.
he knows the moves.
I'm gonna play C6. That looks nice.
Don't like the fact that I have nothing developed. I think that
You
was...
gotta give me something.
Can't take the pawn. Alright.
Okay.
Nice hand. I want to play this one. I got a draw, I'll take that.
You have a draw?
Yeah.
All right, welcome to Charter Chess Club's YouTube channel. Today's video is the game played in at the Milford Chess Academy. Bobby has white pieces and I have the black pieces. And we're playing a Ruy Lopez this week. We try to pick a new opening every week. So this week's theme was Ruy Lopez. And Bobby's going for a pretty traditional setup here, just to show you some of White's ideas here with pawn to c3 attacking the center and rook to e1 coming in instead of maybe playing knight c3. I'm just going to shuffle this rook back and forth so we can see what's going on. White is trying to get d4 on the board, and c3 is going to support it. And then this knight is going to hop all the way over here to the king side. Now every piece is attacking the black king in some way. We got this pin here. We got the knights ready to hop in, the bishop ready to go, and very strong support of the center here, right? Very strong support of the center. Very nice way to play as white. So I really like the pawn to c3 version of the Ruy Lopez. I think it makes a lot of sense. So black has to find some kind of counterplay. Are we just going to play d6? Are we going to go for something like knight a5 later? You know, we have to kind of pick a plan, and the one that we picked is pawn to d5, the Marshall attack. This is essentially a gambit because after take, we have two pieces attacking that e5 square. So white does win a pawn here. And what does black get for it? Well, first he's got to defend his knight here, right? We got two attackers, one defender. There's three ways to defend. Knight to f6 was played in another game. Bishop to b7 is another way to go about it, kind of fianchettoing the bishop, but we went with the modern variation, which is pawn to c6. And now capture, capture, and white plays d4, and we kind of see the idea of the Marshall attack. Black actually didn't get a lot of pieces out, but every piece that we have is going to be able to attack the king side just from their starting position, right? All those queens and bishops instantly attacking this king, which looks very lonely all by himself without the rook here on f1, and the knight's gone as well. Also, all three of these pieces haven't moved because of this idea of c3 and d4 to support the center earlier in the game. So pawn to d4 makes a lot of sense. Bishop goes out, and now the rook has to go back. If the rook tries to take, this would simply lose a piece because after bishop takes, queen attacks the rook, so that is not possible. So Bobby went to rook e3, queen comes out, pawn to g3. Notice that you can't block with the rook because these bishops are here. So pawn to g3, queen to h3, knight out, bishop attacks queen, knight to f3, and now the rook comes here. And we can see how every piece wants to be part of this attack, right? The bishops have an active role, the queen is ready to checkmate, the rooks are coming in like this. So right here we have queen to e2, and it's a very even game right now. And after rook takes, White makes a big mistake that I didn't even realize was a mistake. Bobby plays bishop takes e3, and that seems perfectly normal to me because if you had a choice between pawn takes, bishop takes, and queen takes, you're going to use the bishop and get your rook involved. So good developing move. What could be wrong with this? Well, the idea is the rook can go to e8 and get a pin, and the queen can go to h5 and get a pin. And this is nothing new. But if we played queen takes, there's no pin anymore. And the rook does not get the opportunity to play rook to e8. So, and there is no checkmate. There's no checkmate threat. So this would allow white to kind of continue to develop, and they would still have to, you know, guard their castle, but maybe it's not as scary as some of the other lines that we saw. So with bishop takes, queen comes h5, and in time pressure, and really realizing, I don't know what I'm going to play. I'm going to play rook here. They're going to play rook there. But I didn't see anything after that. So we just shuffled back and forth, and we played bishop back. We also played queen back, queen to h3 as well. They're both good, but I didn't see any way to really make progress here. So we repeated a few times, and we got a draw. So the question is, what can black do? Well, the first move is obviously rook to e8. We're going to get those pins. And then after a move like rook to e1, it seems like every piece is in play here for black. So take a minute and try to figure out how can black continue this attack. So the idea is to not move any of these pieces, actually. We need a new threat. We need to find a way to break down the castle. We need to make use of these pins. And we're going to do that with pawn to f5. So really, really smart move here. If white just plays anything, pawn comes to f4, and the best move is just to get the queen out of the way and lose your bishop. Obviously, you can't take because the rook's going to take the queen. If we move out of the way and just lose a bishop, we're down a piece. And if we try to take this way, now the queen comes in with check. And because that pawn's out of the way, we get this double attack on the knight. And this is going to lead to pretty much almost checkmate. They have to give up the queen if they try to play something like this. Check, checkmate. So they have to give up the queen here and just completely losing, you know, in every which way. I mean, even the bishop's going like this is going to be really tough to play. So, yeah, f5 was kind of the secret move. That was the way to continue this attack. And white really has no good defense against it. If they try to move the queen away, they lose the knight, so they have to move the queen here. There's really no good way to prevent f5 from getting to that f4 square. So yeah, this is just completely winning, but I did not see that at all. When I got to this position, I felt like, you know what? I feel like I've used every single piece that I have. I don't see how we're going to continue this attack. So I think white did a good job defending. And yeah, martial attack is a fun way to play against Ruy Lopez.